Hey guys, it's Dana and welcome back to Kay's Place. So I had mentioned on a previous video that I was going to make a bunny tail box for Easter. And I did. I went ahead and made it, and this is what it looks like. It holds chocolates or whatever. You can fit 2 Cadbury cream eggs or some little solid milk chocolates, or you could put a cellophane bag down in here and put jelly beans or sweet tarts or whatever kind of little candy you wanted to put down in here for Easter. There's a little furry cotton tail on the back of here. And this one is made with brads, as you can see. The one I'm going to show you how to make, I'm going to use buttons here instead of brads because I didn't have any brads that coordinated with the paper I'm getting ready to use. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this. This was not my original idea, and I will link in the description box below the tutorial that I got this idea from. So let's get started. You're going to need a scoreboard, scissors, wet glue. I am using foam tape. You could also use glue dots. You're going to need clips of some sort, 2 of them, a bone folder, a scoring tool, or just bone folder. I like to score with this little dude, and I need my bone folder to crease my fold. You're going to need 4 buttons or brads of your choice. I will get into why I need some weighted items very shortly. You are going to need 2 pieces of You're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 by 7. If you wish to have the panels that go in the front, you're going to need 2 additional pieces of cardstock that measure 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. This is a little purple gingham. You can also use the bigger gingham on the front, whichever one you want. And then for the handles, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 3/4 of an inch by 6 inches. Sorry about the shaking. So let's get started. I'm going to angle you guys down so you can see what we're doing here. See here? So we're going to take whatever it is you choose to score with, and we're going to start on the 4-inch side and score at 2.5 inches. And then we're going to flip this to the 7-inch side and score at 1.5 inch, 3 inches, 4.5 inches, and 6 inches. And then you're going to repeat that on your next piece of cardstock. So you're going to go and score again at 2.5 inches on your 4-inch side, and then rotate to your 7-inch side, and you're going to score at 1.5 inch, 3 inches, 4.5 inches, and 6 inches. And that's all the scoring we're going to do. So then you're going to take and we're going to crease all of these folds. So this doesn't take but just a minute. So I figured I would just do all of these on camera with you guys. So you want to make sure you burnish your score lines really well with your bone folder. Then you're going to lay out your cardstock so that your little pieces are on the right hand side. You'll have this little bottom piece at the bottom right hand corner. So if you'll notice, you'll have 3 or 4 larger larger squares, and then a small rectangle at the bottom right. So that small rectangle at the bottom right, we are going to cut up that score line right there. Score line right here. You're going to cut up this one just like this. Let's see if I can see that line over here. I'm blind as a bat. So we're going to cut up this score line here. And then right here, you're going to cut at an angle. So you're going to kind of make a wedge right there. And you're going to do that to the other piece as well. But while you have this piece in your hand, you're going to go ahead and cut up all those remaining score lines at the bottom just to that 2.5 inch, just to your bottom score line. So when you're done, you'll have something that looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other piece real quick, and then we'll move on. So I'm cutting this at that edge, making my little wedge, and then I'm just going to cut up these score lines real fast. There you go. Okay, so once you have that done, you want to take some wet glue. You want to make sure you have something that dries relatively fast. I picked this Scotch Create tacky glue up at Walmart on clearance. I mean, not Walmart, at Target. And it seems to be working pretty well. So you want to go ahead and put glue on this flap here. Try to make sure you don't make too big of a mess. I am horrible with wet glue. I am so a tape person. So I struggle with this. So then you're just going to fold this outer edge into your inner edge, making sure that you keep your lines nice and straight. There you go. So then you've got that. Make sure that it doesn't stick together on the inside. And just press that firmly down. Then with you want to look on the inside and see where that fold is. And this is your outside edge. With your outside edge, you're going to fold your sides in first, your bottom part of your box, and then this is the top flap. You're going to go ahead and put glue on the top flap, and then just go ahead and secure that top flap down. Pop your box over. I like to take my bone folder and just distribute my glue really well in there. And then I am going to take my Stickles bottle that I have here sitting here, and I am going to just sit this off to the side so it can dry while we work on our next piece. So on our next piece, we're just going to fold this flap down. Put a little bit of glue on here. Just kind of like to spread it out a little bit so I don't get it everywhere. Then bring this piece over so that it matches up. Like I said, I stink at wet glue. I always manage to make a mess. Making sure that your top and everything is flush. And squared. We've got some terrible wind here tonight, so you may hear my dogs bark. They're barking at the wind. And then you're going to find your seam and fold both sides in like you did before. Fold your bottom in. Then you're just going to glue this bottom, glue your top panel here. Like I said, I'm trying not to be too messy. And then just pop that down like that. Flip it down. Like I said, I like to use my bone folder to just distribute the glue pretty even. And then fingernail polish. So, while those are drying, and I actually should have done this before I put it all together, but I always forget, never fails. I am horrible at remembering to put these on before I put it all together. So, you want to look and find the front panel of your box, but it works just as well either way. You can put it on before you glue it or after. I'm going to grab my panel and just put some glue on here. It is easier if you do it before you glue all this down, but it works just fine this way too. I have to be looking at it to make sure I get it reasonably straight. So once I've got it reasonably straight, I just pop it down there. Wipe off any excess glue that might have seeped out. This does dry clear just like my art glitter glue. So I just try to wipe off any excess glue that I might have around the edge. And then I will flip this down on its side and just use my bone folder to make sure that I have got it adhered really well. And whatever glue leaks out, I will just take my finger along that edge and make sure I get rid of that. So then I'm going to take this one that I've got all glued together here and pop that down. Grab this panel here. Pull the glue on there. Looks good. I'm going to flip it over on its side there. And just use my bone folder to make sure it's adhered well. And whoo-wee, I must have had a lot of glue on there because it seemed to have seeped out everywhere. I'm just going to wipe that all off. Go. So now you've got both of your boxes that should be even, like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue and we're going to glue these two panels together. You could use tape if you wanted to. I think I'm going to try that next time because I stink at wet glue. Okay, here we go. And you're going to take both of your fronts and having them sit on the table together, you want to adhere them. So that they're flat. And just like that, you want to clip them together so that they don't move anywhere. Once you have them together, and we are going to set them on their side and put something on top of them just like that so that they dry. And while that is drying, off to the side over there, there we go. While that's over there drying, we are going to work on our straps. So if you are going to put brads in, you would need something to pierce those holes. In the first one, I used my paper piercer, and I just punched holes about 3/8 of an inch up in the center of each one of these. So what I'm going to do now is I have got a glue dot on the back of these buttons that I found in my stash. And I am just going to take these buttons and place them right there at the end of each one of these. If I have a little bit of glue dot sticking over, because I did use bigger glue dots to cover the whole flower. There we go. So now I've got flowers on each end of that one. And I will take my flower here and peel that one off. Like I said, I have a little bit of glue dot hanging over, so I'm just folding the glue dot in so it doesn't show. And then I'm just gonna try to get my buttons straight. And there we go. And then peel that one off its back. Pop it over, pop it over. And then just reasonably straight. There we go. So now what you're going to want to do is flip these over. And I did use a little bit of foam tape on these. So I just took a piece and cut it in half. And then I just stuck it right to the edge of the paper. And this is a little bit different than what she does hers, because like I said, on her tutorial, she actually, and originally I had done it to cover up the brad. And I really like the way the foam tape worked to cover up the end of the brad. And she uses 3 glue dots to cover up hers. So like I said, I will link her tutorial in the description box so that you can see. And I wish I could remember her name. It slips my mind at the moment. But I will link her tutorial in the description box below so that you can see her tutorial. And I will put her name, the name of her channel down there as well. She has got some wonderful tutorials for Easter and Mother's Day. and some wonderful, wonderful ideas. So then you're just going to take your bone folder, and just like when you're doing anything else where you want to curve the paper, you're just going to kind of train your paper just a little bit into a circle, or kind of a half circle. I'm going to do this a couple of times just to get it kind of going in that general direction. And by the time we've done all that, our boxes should be just about dry. So there you go. They stand relatively straight and they're dry. There you go. That's what they look like. So now you're going to take the foam tape off of the backing off of your foam tape on the front, on the whatever piece you want to be your front. And I just matched up the bottom of my foam tape with, try to get it in the center there, and I just put it right about there, and then I pushed really good to make sure I activated the adhesive really well. Then went over and got the other strap, and put it right in the center. Kind of look at the back of it to make sure I'm about even. I did take my bone folder and kind of lay it against the bottom there of my strap and against the bottom of my strap there, just to make sure I was kind of even there. And then when you get to the back, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to peel the backing off, or if you're just gluing it down, if you have glue dots, you're already going to have that backing exposed. You're just going to take and cross these over in the back. And I just kind of eyed where they went in the back, kind of eyeballed it. So you're going to peel that backing off again. And, oops, I'm having a little trouble with this one. Figured when I don't have anything over here to peel it up with. There we go. And kind of eyeball where that one goes, right there. And then we have one more step to go. Hold on half a second. I think I left my other step. My other step seems to be on my desk. Hold on just half a second. My other step had escaped me. Here we go. You need a cotton ball. I forgot that part. And you're going to want to cut that cotton ball right in half. Just like so. There we go. You can see you have all these little swirlies in the middle there. Then you're just going to take your glue and make sure you get all those little fibrous areas so your cotton doesn't come unwound. This is one part I'm not afraid I'm going to get too much glue on. And then right about the middle of your box back here, you are just going to bunch up your little bunny tail. I said that and then I got too much glue on my bunny tail. And there we go. Okay, then you're just going to bunch up your little bunny tail here and give it a good snug little pat there to kind of get it into a circle. I swear I did not have this much trouble with my glue before. And like I said, this is new glue for me. So But there we go. There's our bunny tail. And then you have a cute little box with a bunny tail on the back. And like I said, that was definitely not as cute as the first one turned out. This one, but it's still okay. It's still definitely usable. So once all the glue dries. So there's that. And this one has buttons. And here was the first one. So let's move the camera up off of my horrible workspace there. So I hope you guys liked that tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. So this one I did with the brads, and this one I did with the buttons. And then this is what they look like on the back. This one has a slightly smaller tail, I think. This one has a slightly fatter, little poofier tail. And like I said, you could put some shred inside there, and you could put cellophane inside there and put something in there. But definitely cute little ideas to put Easter candy in. But yeah, definitely adorable little Easter boxes. And I will definitely link her channel below so that you can go see her original tutorial. But I thought these were definitely adorable ideas for friend mail or just to give as gifts to friends. They are super cute, super quick to put together. And you don't have to put these panels on. You could just use the plain boxes and then the decorative cardstock for the straps. So they're definitely adorable. And they're relatively sturdy. You could also use these to put 2 little things of fingernail polish in and gift them to a girlfriend for Easter, or your granddaughter or daughter or whatever. You know, that would be so cute. Or if you were sending it to a crafty friend, it fits stickles. So it would definitely be really cute. So those are some other wonderful ideas that would fit inside here if you weren't wanting to give candy for Easter. It definitely fits fingernail polish. So that's all of my tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and like it and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I will get back with you as soon as I can. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.